Hey, it's Brianna for Triumphant Tuesdays. This week we're starting a new rotation, and it's about how people will sometimes victimize other people because they're in a position of power over them, or they have power over them in some way. This rotation, I made it, and it comes from my own life, so it's going to be a little personal, but I think me sharing my story will help you guys, because I know we have a lot of younger viewers that may be getting bullied or have other issues with trauma. So hopefully this video will help you. And this week I'm going to be talking about what you can do if you're being victimized, and just what you could tell someone else to do. I got this idea because in high school I was very bullied, and I have an extreme story, so just keep in mind that your story doesn't have to be as extreme as mine to be considered bad or worthy of you getting help or anything like that. It's just, I want to make this relatable and let you guys know that I've been through a lot of the same things and that I do understand. I'm 29 now, but I was once 15 or 16, so I do get it. I have cerebral palsy, as a lot of you guys know, and at first I went to a private high school, but I didn't like it because of the 7 hours of homework I would get a night. So I ended up transferring to a public school when my parents moved, and that was a disaster, to put it lightly. People didn't like that I had cerebral palsy, and I struggled with acne and oily skin, and I usually wore glasses, and because of my eating disorder at the time, I was a little bit heavier, and people just didn't like me. They said I was ugly and stupid, and it was awful, and I got thrown into lockers a lot, like physically thrown into lockers, and I just felt so alone because nobody liked me except for my family, and it was just a terrible, terrible time, and this went on for 4 years, and my brother actually went to jail for like beating this guy up for harassing me like that, and my family eventually decided that I couldn't go to school because my brother, like, he is amazing, but he was just saying things like, you know what, if they do this, I'm gonna beat him up again, so I'm just being honest with what I'm gonna do, mom and dad, so you need to be honest and decide what you're gonna do based on what I'm gonna do. But he just let my parents know that he, would beat up somebody that bothered me again because it had gotten so bad. And my self-esteem at this point was just so terrible because everybody hated me except for my family. So I thought that no one would ever love me. And I hated myself. And of course, that made my eating disorder worse. And it was terrible. I was constantly being, physically harmed and emotionally harmed. And it got to a point where I didn't attend school. I just got the work from the administrator and did it later. And I was recently talking about this in therapy because I didn't realize how much it still affects me. But to this day, when I look in the mirror, like, I don't really see the 29-year-old that's there. I don't see the person that everybody likes, that, finally has good skin, that, is good at applying makeup, that isn't awkward. I don't see that, and I don't see, the person that, like, has embraced their cerebral palsy and realizes that it's made them who they are. And even though, like, that is changed, and I'm a very different person now, I still feel like I did in high school, and that really sucks, and it's something I'm working on to see that things are different and that people do love me, and that I don't have to make myself look perfect every single day, and that makeup doesn't matter. It's something my therapist is teaching me, that beauty and fashion, while they're fun, they don't define who we are, and I'm actually really struggling with that, but I'm learning that it's what's on the inside that matters, and if you're a good person in this life, that matters more so than outer beauty. And that's not saying that I judge people based on their appearance. I really don't. It's just myself, because I tried to be nice in high school and stuff, but that never got me anywhere. So I assumed that, like, inner beauty didn't matter, and the only thing that mattered was what I looked like on the outside. And I still carry it around to this day, and I still expect people not to like me. And being on YouTube has definitely helped that, because anybody in the world that wants to can watch my videos. But so my parents decided that I wasn't going to go to school and I would just do the work on my own time, and I graduated that way. But it was very traumatic, and it's something that I still have issues with to this day. But I'm working on them, and I try to be honest where I'm at, because nothing is perfect and we all struggle. So I don't want to come across as this perfect person that has everything together when I still struggle with things. So my parents took me out of school and I graduated, and I went off to college, and that was a lot better. And I remember crying because somebody had invited me to a party, and I was like, no. And it wasn't because I didn't want to go to the party. I just thought they were kidding. Like, anytime in high school I got invited to something, or anybody like that told me I was pretty, like, they were joking, because no one liked me at all. Like, when I say that everyone hated me, that's what I mean. And so, like, they're just like, why don't you want to go to the party in college? And I was just like, and I just started crying, and they're just like, what's wrong? And I was like, because you don't want me to go, you're lying. And they're like, no, we're not lying. And we ended up going to the party, but I did tell them some of my story. And so if you're sitting in high school right now, or you feel like you can't get out of a situation, someone is victimizing you, there are things you can do. If you're in high school, go to the school administrators, explain what's going on. If you have to, you can go to your parents and file a police report. But make it known what's happening to you, because you deserve it. And I know it seems like if this is happening to you, that your self-esteem might be super low and that you don't think you deserve it, but you do. You do. I'm sitting here much older, realizing that, you know, that person that was struggling so much, like, did deserve to get out of the situation. So just tell everybody you can, like, any adult, any older people you have, like, if you want to comment on this video and talk to me, you can, and I'll try to help you find ways to get out of your situation. But no one deserves to be victimized in any kind of way. Like, school is for education, and work, if it's happening at work, like, that's for you to get a paycheck. But no one deserves to be victimized in any kind of way, so that needs to be stopped. But you need to go through all the proper channels and all the adults you can, and all the legalities that you can get. You can get restraining orders against people. You can do a lot of things to empower yourself. And once the bullying stops, like, your self-esteem will get better. And if you have a therapist, you can talk to them about it. Like I always say, therapy is amazing. So there's a lot you can do. I know it seems really hopeless, but bullying happens to a lot of people, and it's a sad reality that it has to happen like that. But it does. But do everything you can to stop it. And if you see somebody in your school that's getting bullied, like, stand up for them, be their friend. Like, I can't tell you how much of a difference it would make, like, if one person had been my friend, but no one was. And so it's taken me years to figure out that people like me, that I don't have to be fake, that people aren't lying when they say they like me. And it's taken me so long to figure that out, and I'm still working on it, and it's still a journey, and I'm still working on loving myself. But we can all get out of it. You just have to realize that these people don't have power over you, and, you know, get as much help as you can. Definitely, you know, go to the school counselor, or if you're having a problem at work, like, call your corporation, but do something. Because once you do something about it, it's a lot better. I hope this helped, and thank you for watching. I love you guys. See you next week.